Hey folks, welcome to our channel.
Family friendly bushcraft!
If you want to see different content, put it in the comments below. Click that like button, hit subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Do you guys think that you can make a strip of old cardboard like that into a stove?
Yes. Yes.
How? How are we going to do it?
You roll it up,
Yeah?
then roll some of these up as sides, put this inside, open it up, and then put whatever you need in it.
What, to cook in that? Use that as your pot?
Yeah.
No. Alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this, it's just standard corrugated cardboard cut away from a delivery, come from one of the online ordering services. So what we're going to do with it, we're going to, and I cut one down to the size before because I weighed it up, so I wanted to save a bit of time. So see the shorter one there?
Yeah.
I know that if I tear that bit off, that one, if I tear that bit off that one, they are going to be the right length for what we're doing. Okay, so one per tin. So I'm going to demonstrate with one, then I'm going to take it out, then you boys are all going to do your own. Then you've got your own camping stove to take with you when we're out and about. You can boil water on these things, you can cook food on them, you can do a fry up on them. You don't have to put your hand up, buddy, you're not at school.
Oh no, I forgot. You know when you can boil water?
Yeah.
Well, like on that?
Well, you're obviously going to need a kettle or something over it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just your heat source, just your stove, okay? So what you do, you roll it up like that, nice and tight. You pop it in there. This one, you can fit a bit more in, so we'll take one of these odd ends and roll them up. Doesn't have to be pretty. All it is to absorb the stuff. Okay, so what do you think we do next?
Oh, you put the lid on top, like.
You can put the lid on top, and be careful if you buy these that aren't air gun pellet tins. Some of these are polystyrene lids, and people who make their homemade makeup and things like that use them. And we don't want any of that because that plus heat is not going to end well. So yeah, we can put the lid on. So what do you want to do now? How are you going to use this as well? Yeah, take that out. How's this going to work as a stove?
How's that going to work on the stove?
Yeah.
You put like a kettle or something on it with some water and then.
But that cardboard isn't going to burn for very long, is it?
No.
No.
You can like chop up some pieces of ash and put that in it.
What we're going to do is put something in there. So this cardboard acts as a wick. So we can have a self-contained campfire. That bit of cardboard is just going to burn away, but the cardboard itself isn't going to burn, if that makes sense. I know I've not explained it very well, but that is the stuff that we put in it that's going to burn rather than the cardboard, okay? So, to demonstrate that point, do you remember when we did the fire cakes?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And we made that mix? So we're preparing a very similar mix to the one we used for the fire cakes, making the mix to make the cotton wool burn that little bit longer and a little bit harder. And for the same reason, we're going to be impregnating some rolled up corrugated cardboard that we're using as the wick in our little impromptu stoves. Now these stoves, I've made my first one many moons ago now. I don't even like to think how many years, when I was in the Scouts. It's a nice simple project to do with the kids, or if they want to start out camping and they want an independent means of cooking that doesn't involve carrying gas around and the bits of danger that involves if they're not confident enough yet. Then this will do fine. I've done fry-ups on it, bacon, sausages, all of that business. And most of the stuff you take camping anyway is canned, isn't it? You can heat a can of beans over just about anything as long as it's warm. So again, I'm breaking up the candles. I just want the wax off them, don't want the wicks. The wicks can go in firelight and kit later on. And then I'm going to be dolloping a little bit of Vaseline, to name but one brand. I'm probably using slightly less of the actual Vaseline in this just to keep everything solid, because what I do want is this to be a clean system, especially kids carrying stuff around and about in the outside. The last thing they want to be doing is getting to their camp area, their harbour area, call it what you will, and having to start cleaning kit because they've not put a lid on properly and stuff's leaked. With this, there's no liquid to cause any issues. Like with the transient stove, you have to carry your mess with you. whether it being a dedicated bottle or not. But if you don't manage to put the lid on properly, then you've got an admin problem at the next campsite, where you get soaked and all your gear gets covered in the stuff. That's obviously not a good situation. Nice dollop of Vaseline ready to go in. Everything melting down quite nicely. There's a couple of little impurities in there from storing the pot in the shed. I'm not worried about that. It's not going to hurt the combustion at all. It's not going to hurt the finished product. Do you remember when we did the fire cakes?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And we made that mix of Vaseline and candle wax, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's exactly what I've done here. Though with potentially slightly, not much less Vaseline, because again we want it to be a solid. Okay, that's coming on to right where we can use it.
Can I use this one?
Yes, mate. Yes.
Thanks.
One of you lot is going to have
Dad,
to use the demo.
I brought it a perfect glove.
Well done, mate. Yeah, perfect. Spot on. There we go. That's all but melted now. Pretty much completely melted now, ready for pouring onto the cardboard. We want it generic.
If you're enjoying the content so far, please do hit that like button, because every press we get really does help us out. Thanks very much.
Non-branded tins, because these are very similar to the stuff you get your air gun rounds in. I'm not getting into all that politics business. So screw top, which is the beauty of this system. That's all you need to put the fire out when you've got it going. Inside there we have corrugated cardboard, rolled in nice and tight. So now we've got our melted wax and petroleum jelly mix, and we're just going to pour some into that cardboard. There we go, just let it soak in a minute. A little bit more. I've managed to spill some down the bench, but that's not a problem. I can scrape that up and remelt it again. Stop it with a bit of wood, let it solidify, and then we just scrape it back up. Now we can see there is some slight bubbling. I'll use the knife as a pointer. There is some slight bubbling as it forces the last of the air bubbles out, and this will solidify over the course of the next 10 or 15 minutes. We can carry it while it's still solidifying. All we do is put the screw top on, that's not a problem. And it is thin aluminium, so it is quite warm still. So we're going to leave it there to cool, and then we'll give her a go. So we're going to be doing some pouring in a minute, so I'll do the pouring for you so you don't burn yourselves. What, have we got the principle? Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I've
God,
got
there we
mine.
are.
Yeah, well done. It's just getting to the point of being perfectly melted, ready for using now. Now to save burning the countertop, I've just put a couple of little wood spills on here, because this pot is obviously going to be quite warm. Handles are okay, and we can hear it fizzing, that means it's getting hot. And this demonstrates, for those who don't think this would work as a stove, in the true Blue Peter fashion. There's one I made earlier. All this is exactly the same as what I've just been showing the boys. And to put it out, just pop the lid over, starve any fire of oxygen, and it does go out. These are aluminium tins, so quite prone to wearing, burning, etc. And as we can see, this has just done the job perfectly. We put the lid over, the fire's now gone out, we leave that to cool, there's no chance of reignition, and while we can crack on with the rest of the project.
Like when you light it, and then once you're finished with it and you put it out, could you use it again?
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm going to show you in a minute. Once this has cooled down. So we're not going to light yours today, we're just going to make them. And then next time we're out and about we can use them. But yeah, it's a very good question. Yes, you can reuse them, because that's the whole idea of the wax and the Vaseline stuff. It's they combine, they make it a slightly softer wax than the wax and a slightly harder gel than the gel. Impregnates all the cardboard, and so it makes a stove that will then last you for ages and ages and ages. It will last you forever, really, because you just keep replacing the cardboard and replacing the wax. It's like Trigger's broom in Fields and Horses, isn't it?
Only if you do enough wax for to last it.
Well, yeah, but we can always make some more, can't we? It's no biggie.
Yeah.
What's that flying over me?
It's a wasp. So what I would do if I was at a campsite and was leaving that to cool down before packing it away, all I do is just have a brew and carry on my camp admin while I'm sorting it out. Tyson?
Yeah.
Jasper won't do you any harm unless you're bothering him, alright? So if you'll put your little stoves on there.
That one's mine.
That's yours, okay. That's yours, well done.
That's mine.
That's yours, well done. Look at that, all different styles. All the same recipe, but all different styles.
Oh yeah. This one's mine.
Yeah.
Mine
What
is
I'm going to
a
do,
little bit more.
yeah, I'm going to do the pour. Be careful, Connor, because some might run down the pan and splash down back there. Pouring more on the table than I am in the pots. I'm not bothered about that because we're outdoors. Well, we're in the outhouse, but it's outdoors-ish, isn't it? It's alright. I'll just block that with a bit of wood. That'll just run up against it. I'll go solid. I'll scrape it up back into the pan, and we can use it again.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can see it's starting to harden.
Yeah. Doesn't take long.
Can I touch it?
I'm just getting the last dribbles into there. It's always a fascination, this candle wax and touching it. That was the same when I was little as well.
Can I?
If you really must, mate, if you really must. Right, these, don't forget, they've been heated over a heat source, so they are quite warm still. And then scoop that up and put it off to one side. Now, take that one. Do the same thing with that, scoot it off to one side. So we've got Connor's, we've got Conan's, and we've got Tyson's. Coming off the wax now. Oh, dude. Okay, and there's our wee stoves. What do we think?
Great.
Lovely. Love. Just
You gonna try them next time we're out and about?
yeah.
Get you all some mess tins, won't we?
What's mess stems?
It's like a cooking pot. You know the little square ones with the folding arm handles that the army use? Because technology's moved on over the last couple of 100 years, but the army hasn't.
Got some more.
Well, they have in the means of killing people, but they haven't in the ways of looking after the blokes.
If you've enjoyed watching today's content as much as we've enjoyed making it, please do hit subscribe, press like, ring that bell for notifications, and leave any comments below. We'll do our best to answer any questions that are posted within the first couple of days of posting. All the best for now, and see you in the next video.